Hello, my name is Chris Wood. I curate the Ickeny Collection. I research into matters mythic and legendary, and of course magical. And in this video I'd like to introduce you to the Ickeny Collection, the East Anglian Museum of Magic and Mythology. These videos are going to tell you something about the collection, go behind the scenes, see what we do, look after the objects, what museums do in fact to maintain their collections. It's going to look at some of the objects, tell their stories, and even go out and about. See some objects in the street, can't be in the collection, but they're out there, and we tell people about those too. And of course, some of the videos will deal directly with myths and legends and magic through the centuries. But today I'm going to be giving you an introduction to the Ickeny Collection itself. We've spent 20 years getting to where we are, gathering objects and developing the essential skills to look after them, store them, catalogue them, make sure that they are available for the future, making sure the right things are coming into the collection. Why, you may ask, Ickeny? Well, Ickeny is a Norfolk dialect word for anything unruly, difficult to manage, particularly horses, and it may derive from the name of the British tribe, the Ickeny, the people that lived in Norfolk and most of Suffolk 2,000 years ago, from the Iron Age up into the Romano-British period. Horses were important to them, and that's shown on their coins. And the idea has been taken for the logo of the Ickeny Collection. So what's in it? What is in the Ickeny Collection? Well, we have what you might expect. We have spells, we have charms, talismans, etc. You'll see a picture of a god's eye and a lemon charm, which was used to bring good fortune. That takes us into folk magic. We have St. Christopher pendants, such as this rather interesting one, attached to a coin, a charm for a journey, or for someone born in the year of the ship Halfpenny there, 1965, maybe, we don't know. But from those sort of obvious things through to a piece of the Berlin Wall, the magic of hope spread around the world as people took those souvenirs when the wall was dismantled. And thinking of walls, we have apotropeia, evil averting devices such as spirit traps. And then we have decorative arts, coins and so on that show myths and legends, such as this saucer showing the head of King Edmund, later Saint Edmund, being guarded by a wolf. That's important legend because Edmund was the last of the Wuffing line of kings, the little wolves, descended from Woden via Caesar. And there's an important link, because the Anglo-Saxon kings looked up to the Roman Empire and they also wanted to show themselves as Christians. So the central motif of the Roman Empire, the foundation myth of Rome, Romulus and Remus being suckled by the she-wolf on its coins. They used that. It was on Anglo-Saxon coins. It doubled up the symbolism of the wolf for those Anglo-Saxon kings. But it may have gone back much further. But that's another story. We have archives too. We have things that show what's gone on. We have posters and leaflets from pagan moots. We have such as this mug from the 2019 East Anglian Witchcraft Retreat. Or general cultural events that have a mythic or legendary theme. Poster from a play, 1549, about Kett's Rebellion. Now that's a historical event, but it has strong legendary elements too. Then we have the all-important ritual objects and tools. A wand, for instance. And then we have divination, whether that's by tea leaves or by tarot. But where do these objects come from? Well, we call ourselves the East Anglian Museum of Magic and Mythology, and we do try to have a link. Something could be made here, used here. If it's old, maybe found here. Such as this Romano-British phallic amulet, worn around the neck to avert evil and provide fertility and good fortune. Found in Norfolk. But we do have things from elsewhere. Of course, people can move around. We have things that were donated or purchased from people now living in Norfolk or Suffolk, but have come from elsewhere, and those things may have been used elsewhere, but they have that link. There are those over the more recent centuries who have collected things from afar. That's significant in itself. Plus, being such a globalised society as we have been for a few hundred years, in many ways, a magical use could be put to something that was actually made on the other side of the world. But also, as well as things like this Guan Yin statue from China, we have things which may have been collected here but not actually used here, such as buffalo amulets. These are from the Swat province of Pakistan. Hung around the necks of buffalo and other livestock. Keep them safe. The symbols on them identifying the owner, but also, if you can see that, there's a hole in the back. And in there will be inserted something sacred. Verses from the Quran, dust from a holy place. Anything felt to be magical, sacred. Likewise, we have here a statue of Ganesh, the Hindu guardian of boundaries, of doorways. It's important to show how things are the same or different elsewhere, comparisons, and examples from elsewhere that help us to tell the story. So, where are we going with the collection? As of today, we are on a firm footing. We've got the basics there, object care, we've got the skills, we've got a developing collection, and an online presence. The plan was to start bringing objects out as pop-up displays to back up talks for pagan moots and so on. Lockdown has meant that hasn't happened this year. So, online is currently much more important, which is why we've been pressing on social media recently, in conjunction with the website. And there's a related project called Living Norfolk Magic, which is using the medium of Instagram to help develop the collection and showcase contemporary Norfolk magical crafts. But we are working towards having somewhere to display the collection, and eventually having more space for storage and for research. We're working closely with Norwich Pagan Moot on that, as it needs a base for its activities and for its library. So, by supporting me in the Ickeny Collection on Patreon, you are helping all of this become reality. And what is magic if not making the dream real? Thank you for listening, and come again next time.